The moment today's court session began, you could already feel that something unusual was about to happen. The room was filled with lawyers, journalists, security officers, and observers who have followed this case for a very long time. Everybody was expecting a regular session, something predictable, something normal. But instead, what happened next left many people confused, surprised, and even speechless. Remember to like this video and subscribe as you're watching. It helps us grow and it keeps you informed. From the minute Nnamdi Kanu stepped into the courtroom, it was clear that he was prepared for something different. He looked calm, but he was very firm, and his eyes were fixed on the judge. People who have followed his case know that he has always been outspoken, but today his confidence seemed even stronger. He was ready to challenge anything he considered unfair, and the atmosphere became tense almost immediately. If you are enjoying the gist so far, please like this video and subscribe. The lawyers on both sides tried to settle into their positions, but suddenly, the judge made an announcement that caught almost everybody off guard. It was not expected, it was not predicted, and it changed the entire mood in the courtroom. Some lawyers paused, others whispered, and a few looked directly at the judge as if they needed clarification. It was one of those moments where even professionals with years of experience had to stop and rethink what they just heard. As the judge continued speaking, the confusion became even more visible. The announcement touched on key parts of the case, issues of procedure, representation, and the direction the hearing would take. Usually, these kinds of statements come after long explanations, but today it came suddenly and confidently. If you are following the story and enjoying it, please like this video and subscribe right now. Now at this point, Nnamdi Kanu himself responded with a very strong reaction. He raised concerns right there in the courtroom, and he spoke with full confidence. His tone was calm but bold. He challenged the situation with words that made almost every head turn towards him. You could see that he felt the need to set the record straight. He wanted clarity, he wanted fairness, he wanted the judge to acknowledge his position clearly. The judge paused and looked directly at him. The room went silent. Even the sound of paper movement stopped. That silence lasted only a few seconds, but it felt like minutes. Everybody was watching to see how the judge would respond to Kanu's challenge. And at that moment, anything could have happened. A correction, a warning, further clarification, or even a shift in the direction of the case. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe because this gist is getting deeper. What made the situation even more engaging is the way the legal teams reacted. You could see some lawyers adjusting the files, flipping through documents, whispering among themselves and trying to understand the weight of the judge's announcement. When lawyers start looking at each other like that, you know something serious has just entered the discussion. These are professionals who are trained to keep calm, but today, even they couldn't hide the surprise. At the same time, the public had been waiting for this moment for months. People wanted clarity. They wanted to understand where this case was headed. Many believed this session would answer long-standing questions about Kanu's legal standing, his rights, and the overall direction of the case. And this sudden announcement from the judge made everything even more dramatic. Please like this video and subscribe if you want more updates like this every day. Nnamdi Kanu, being who he is, did not sit quiet. He spoke with confidence, and even though the courtroom environment demands respect and order, he still made sure his voice was heard. His statement was clear. He wanted the court to address certain issues before moving forward. This is not the first time he has raised bold questions in court. But today's response carried a level of seriousness that made everyone pay attention. Even the journalists sitting in the courtroom had to quickly adjust themselves because moments like these are the core of national news. This is the type of situation that will make headlines within minutes. Cameras were not allowed inside, but reporters' pens were moving quickly. Every word from the judge, every reaction from Kanu, every movement from the lawyers, nothing was missed. At this point, the judge had to take control of the courtroom again. Judges are trained to maintain order, no matter how intense a case becomes. And today, he used that authority with full confidence. He addressed the situation clearly and the courtroom settled again. But the tension did not disappear. It stayed quietly in the air as the case continued. The judge's announcement also had another effect. It changed the pace of the hearing. What started like a normal day in court suddenly became a major turning point. Even those who came expecting a short session quickly realized they would be witnessing something much bigger. And if you're still watching right now, thank you. Make sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss updates as they drop. As the hearing continued, more questions came up. Some audience members were trying to interpret the judge's words for themselves. Some were asking why this announcement came now and not earlier. Others were wondering what the next steps would be and how this would affect the whole case. Court observers often say that when a judge makes a sudden decision, it usually means the court is preparing for something important. And today's moment was exactly that. Legal experts who have followed this case know that it has always been full of twists, and today's courtroom surprise was another chapter in a long, complicated legal journey. It reminded everyone that court cases are not predictable, especially when the issues involve national security, public interest, and strong personalities like Nnamdi Kanu. If you're following along and enjoying this style of storytelling, please remember to like this video and subscribe. The session continued with more clarifications from the judge. Even though the lawyers were still adjusting, they eventually settled into the new direction of the hearing. But the initial confusion remained the highlight of the day because it showed how quickly things can shift in court. All it takes is a single statement, a single ruling, or a single objection to change everything. By this time, the crowd sitting at the back of the courtroom started discussing quietly among themselves. You could hear small whispers, small reactions, but nothing loud enough to interrupt the proceedings. People were trying to understand what the announcement meant for future hearings and whether it indicated a faster or slower path for the case. Some believed it could lead to a major breakthrough, while others felt it meant the case had entered a new and unpredictable stage. And through all of this, Nnamdi Kanu stayed fully engaged. He watched every move, listened to every word, and reacted whenever he felt the need. His confidence remained strong, and even when he was not speaking, his presence shaped the atmosphere. Everyone knew he was waiting for the right moment to respond again, if necessary.